Did I give you my ticket?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Right here.
Well, there you are. I was wondering what happened to you. You know where we're going today? Got our bags all packed and we're going to the great and exciting city of London. You know, I've been wanting to go to London and spend some time and play some music there for years. It's finally coming true, and we've got an extra seat on the aeroplane for you. London's a really exciting city, you know. The places you've read about for years. The Houses of Parliament, Big Ben, the River Thames. Up from London you'll find Windsor Castle, and of course those lovely, neat little English pubs like the Prospect of Whitby. We're going to go and visit a couple of them, you can bet your life on that. So if you'll get your bag together and hurry up, we just might make it. Just look at the time. Long time ago when the earth was green and there was more kinds of animals than you have ever seen. They'd run around free. The earth was being born and the loveliest of them all was the unicorn. There was green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-back camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, as sure as you're born. The loveliest of all was the unicorn.
Welcome to the City of London. Now would you please board the bus and we'll take you on a quick tour.
England swings like a pendulum do. Bobbies on bicycles 2 by 2. Westminster Abbey, the Tower of Big Ben, the rosy red cheeks of the little children.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London so. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I think of her wherever I go. I get a funny feeling inside of me just walking up and down. Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London town.
We've just come from a tour of St. Paul's Cathedral, and it really is a magnificent building altogether. You know, there's been many stories written about St. Paul's Cathedral, but one of the little known facts about it is that the magnificent dome on the top of it sits there on its own weight. It's not attached in any way to the rest of the structure. It was constructed by Sir Christopher Wren in 1666, shortly after the Great Fire of London, and it has stood here as a symbol of English workmanship for many, many years, all that time. Even during the Second World War, while the rest of London was being flattened by German bombs, St. Paul's stood alone. One bomb, a 2,000-pounder, went right through the roof, but it didn't explode. And the volunteer firemen of London were up around there with blankets dousing the flames from the incendiary bombs exploding around it. And here it still stands through all these years in all its glory. St. Paul's Cathedral.
Mary, this London's a wonderful sight. There's people here working by day and by night. Sure, they don't grow potatoes or barley nor wheat, but there's gangs of them digging for gold in the street. At least when I asked them, that's what I was told. So I just took a hand at this digging for gold. But for all that I found there, I might as well be where the mountains of Mohan sweep down to the sea. You remember young Peter O'Loughlin, of course? Well, he's over here now at the head of the force. I met him today, we was crossing the Strand, and he stopped the whole street with one wave of his hand. And there we stood talking of days that were gone, while the whole population of London looked on. But for all these great powers, sure he's wishful like me, to be back where dark Moran sweeps down to the sea. Ah, there's beautiful girls here, but never you mind, with beautiful shapes nature never designed, and lovely complexions all roses and cream. And O'Loughlin remarked with regards to the same, that if all those roses you venture to sip, sure the colours might all come away on your lip. Don't be starting them fashions now, Mary McCree, where the mountains of Moran sweep down to the sea.
Let's all go down the Strand. Let's all go down the Strand. I'll be leader, you can march behind. Come with me and see what we can find. Let's all go down the Strand. Oh, what a happy land. That's the place for fun and noise, all among the girls and boys. So let's all go down the Strand.
You can talk about your concrete and the boys who work the train, and the fellas on the hopper in the sun and wind and rain. But the boys who lay the blacktop, sure you ought to see them belt when they're working on the highway laying hot asphalt. We laid it in the halls and we laid it in the flats. If it doesn't last forever, boys, I swear I'll in me hat. I travel up and down the world, but sure I never felt any surface that was equal to the hot asphalt. There were boys from Connemara, County Mayo and Kildare, and the Sligo Pincher Kitty, sure old Ireland was there. We was working all around the clock, you should have seen us belt. We was racing up the highway laying hot asphalt. We laid it in the halls and we laid it in the flats. If it doesn't last forever, boys, I swear I'll in me hat. I travelled up and down the world, but sure I never felt any surface that was equal to the hot asphalt. When you're speeding in your motor car and tearing through the shires, and the only thing you're hearing is the humming of your tires, you'll be riding softy daisy with a road as smooth as felt. And then don't forget the boys who laid the hot asphalt. We laid it in the halls and we laid it in the flats. If it doesn't last forever, boys, I swear I'll in me hat. I travel up and down the world, but sure I never felt any surface that was equal to the hot asphalt.
I met my love by Greenwich Pier, beneath the big crane standing. And oh, the love I felt for her did pass all understanding. Took her sailing on the river, flow, sweet river, flow. London town was mine to give her, sweet Thames flow softly. Made the Thames into a crown, flow, sweet river, flow. Made a brooch of silver town, sweet Thames flow softly. By Hampton Yard I held her hand, at Blackwall Point I faced her, at the Isle of Dogs I kissed her mouth and tenderly embraced her. Kissed her once again at Wapping, flow, sweet river, flow. After that there was no stopping, sweet Thames flow softly. Lighthouse reach I gave her there, flow, sweet ribbon for her hair. Sweet Thames flows softly. But now at last the tide has changed. My love, she has gone from me, and winter's frost has touched my heart and put a sadness on me. Rain and fog is on the river. Flow, sweet river, flow. Sun and moon and stars gone with her. Sweet Thames flows softly. Swift the Thames flows to the sea. Flow, sweet river, flow. Bearing ships and part of me. Sweet Thames flows softly.
The hills, down in the dales, happy and fancy free. Old Father Thames keeps rolling along, down to the mighty sea. You know, although London is a fascinating city and could keep you busy sightseeing for weeks and weeks, we decided we'd like to see a bit of the countryside outside London. And so here we are, following old Father Thames upriver through lovely old world villages and towns like this one, Henley on the Thames, which is famous for its royal regatta held every July. And a bit further along the Thames is Oxford, the most picturesque and the oldest of university cities, and which has produced so many of the nation's leaders and scholars. We had a quick look at Magdalen College, which was built in the 15th century.
And at Christ Church College, founded by Cardinal Wolsey in the reign of King Henry VIII.
I'm Henry VIII, I am, Henry VIII, I am, I am.
Oh, yes, you are, Bun.
Why, thank you, Twerp.
Why? But seriously, folks, the oldest college must be University College, which claims to be 1,100 years old and have originated in the year 872, when King Alfred the Great established a community here.
Here we are at Eton, home of one of the most famous schools in the country, Eton College, founded by King Henry way back in 1440. During term time, this quaint old high street swarms with Etonians in their traditional stiff collars. But right now it's swarming with 5 hungry Irish Rovers in search of Eton fish and chips. Eton is just a stone's throw from Runnymede, where in the year 1215, King John put his seal on the Magna Carta. But the funny thing was, the very next day, he broke every law in it, the dingbat.
Just across the River Thames from Eton is Windsor, where King William the Conqueror built a castle and has been a royal residence for 900 years. It's the largest castle in England, and we were told that the royal family spends more time here than at Buckingham Palace.
This plaque commemorates the warrant for the arrest of King Charles I, falsely charging him as a traitor to his country. And on a cold grey morning in 1649, Charles was beheaded.
Tiny cobblestone streets of Windsor, and across the street, the home of Nell Gwynn, girlfriend of Charlie I. And all in the background there, the very imposing structure of Windsor Castle. If you had stood in this tiny street maybe 100, 200 years ago, you might have saw an old fella with a big wad of penny ballad sheets advertising a new song that had just been written. In Windsor town, where I was born, there was a fair maid dwelling. She made every youth cry well a day. Her name was Barbara Allen. It was in the merry month of May, when green buds they were swelling. Young Jemmy Grove on his deathbed lay, for the love of Barbara Allen. And slowly, slowly she came up, and slowly she came nigh him, and all she said when there she came, young man, I think you're dying. When she was dead and in her grave, and there's no more for telling, she cried, mother, mother, please make my bed. I think I'll die tomorrow.
The building you're looking at is the Tower of London, and one of the towers is the notorious Bloody Tower where Anne Boleyn lost her head. The family jewels are down in a vault underneath the towers. And over here on the left, this bridge leading to the tower is, funny enough, called the Tower Bridge. And it's the only bridge left in Britain that opens and closes with water pressure. Tower Bridge.
Met my love by the gaswork cross, dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I heard a siren coming from the dock. Saw a train set the night on fire. Walks a girl in the streets about. Dirty old town, dirty old town. I'm going to get me a good sharp axe, tempered steel burning in the fire. I'll cut you down like an old dead tree. Dirty old town, dirty old town.
Here's good luck to the pine pot, good luck to the barley mow.
Jolly good luck to the pine pot, good luck to the barley mow. Oh, the pine pot, have a pint chill, have a chill, quarter chill, and begin another go. Here's good luck, good luck, good luck to the barley mow. Well, here's good luck to the half-gallon, good luck to the barley mow. But jolly good luck to the half-gallon, good luck to the barley mow. Oh, the half-gallon pint, but half a pint chill, half a chill, quarter chill, nip again and around roll. Here's good luck, good luck, good luck to the barley mow. Well, here's good luck to the gallon, good luck to the barley mow. And jolly good luck to the gallon, good luck to the barley mow. Oh, the gallon, half-gallon pint, but half a pint chill, half a chill, quarter chill, nip again and around roll. Here's good luck, good luck, good luck to the barley mow.
Well, here's good luck to the half bar, good luck to the barley mow.
And jolly good luck to the half barrel, good luck to the barley mow. Oh, the half barrel gallon, half-gallon pint, but half a pint chill, half a chill, quarter chill, nip again and around roll. Here's good luck, good luck, good luck to the barley mow.
Well, here's good luck to the barrel, good luck to the barley mow.
And jolly good luck to the barrel, good luck to the barley mow. Oh, the barrel, half barrel gallon, half-gallon pint, but half a pint chill, half a chill, quarter chill, nip again and around roll. Here's good luck, good luck, good luck to the barley mow. Well, here's good luck to the daughter, good luck to the barley mow. But jolly good luck to the daughter, good luck to the barley mow. Oh, the daughter barrel, half barrel gallon, half-gallon pint, but half a pint chill, half a chill, quarter chill, nip again and around roll. Here's good luck, good luck, good luck to the barley mow. Well, here's good luck to the landlord, good luck to the barley mow. But jolly good luck to the landlord, good luck to the barley mow. Oh, the landlord daughter barrel, half barrel gallon, half-gallon pint, but half a pint chill, half a chill, quarter chill, nip again and around roll. Here's good luck, good luck, good luck to the barley mow.
Well, here's good luck to the brewer, good luck to the barley mow.
And jolly good luck to the brewer, good luck to the barley mow. Oh, the brewer, landlord, daughter, barrel, half barrel, gallon, half-gallon pint, but half a pint chill, half a chill, quarter chill, nip again and around roll. Here's good luck, good luck, good luck to the barley mow. Well, here's good luck to the company, good luck to the barley mow. But jolly good luck to the company, good luck to the barley mow. Oh, the company brewer, landlord, daughter, barrel, half barrel, gallon, half-gallon pint, but half a pint chill, half a chill, quarter chill, nip again and around roll. Here's good luck, good luck, good luck to the barley mow.
We certainly hope that you enjoy this bit of roving around the world with the Rovers now and again instead of being in the studio. We hope to do it now and again, and we'll see you next week, so please join us, will you? May you be half an hour in heaven before the devil knows you're dead. So the ark started moving, and it drifted with the tide. The unicorns looked up from the rocks and they cried, and the waters come down and sort of floated them away. That's why you've never seen a unicorn to this very day. You'll see green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpy-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, as sure as you're born. You're never gonna see no unicorn. You'll see green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpy-backed camels.
Will Millar, the founder and leader of the Rovers, his brother George Millar, singer and songwriter and guitarist and 50s rock fan. Cousin Joe Millar, singer and harmonica player. There's, of course, Jimmy Ferguson, lead singer and Jonathan Winter's clone. And finally, Wilcil McDowell, accordion player. He plays anything with a keyboard. They've been together as the Irish Rovers for almost 25 years now, through 21 albums, countless world tours, and, of course, many years hosting their own CBC TV series.
I want to know about the beginning, though, the humble beginnings.
That's usually the start.
Yes, because Will has said from time to time very flippantly, you know, if I hadn't been doing this, I'd have been digging spuds.
Well, here's a fact.
Yeah, and it's probably true. 25 years ago was the big folk era, and Jimmy was working in a sticky tape factory. Joe was a cobbler making shoes. My brother was a absentee scholar, and I was doing a children's show in Calgary, Alberta.
Just for fun? It was a half-hour show in Calgary.
Now, you were just a baby then, so you would have watched Uncle Willie.
I probably did.
I was polluted with them. I had my life made. I had a children's TV show. I was singing around the tables of Phil's Pancake House. I had a small boudoir with red lights and fishnets, and I had girls in Calgary going out with me, and I had an old Jaguar car, and I was a star in Calgary. And they decided one day, they said, that little swine is in Calgary becoming a star. They left their jobs. He left the sticky tape factory, and my brother left school, and they arrived in on me into my red-lighted beatnik plaid.
We came upon you as the angel of mercy.
I never got rid of them since.
Were you singing folk songs, traditional folk songs?
No, we were doing calypso.
Come on, what were you doing? What were you doing?
Panama. We were singing traditional songs, sometimes with no music. 40 verses of Mary Hamilton.
Sometimes with no instruments, because they were in hock.
Our first break was the Purple Onion in San Francisco, really.
Did it help that you were Irish? Did it help set you apart from everybody else who was trying to break? Yeah.
Well, it helped when we met anybody that was Irish, because they took us home and fed us.
Well, you know, the Americans have always loved the Irish attitude of drinking and wenching and tearing away, and we perpetuated that myth on stage.
Not on stage, but off as well.
And off. We did. We lived that life. And
we did our
share. I wrote a book about it all called Children of the Unicorn.
Outside of the obvious humor of the band that kept you guys going through thick and thin, what was the secret to holding it all together?
Safety in numbers.
The Irish, I think, maybe he's not being so jokey saying that. There is safety in numbers. And also, strength. United we stand, divided we fall.
There's also 2 brothers and a cousin in the group, you know, and that helps too, you know. And I think one of the things that happens with any group like that, which we were blessed with, is that we are very, very close to each other, off as well as on stage.
But you know, Terry, the amazing thing about the Irish Rovers is that we have survived for 25 years on basically 2 songs. I mean, we're not exactly a pop top 40 band.
Well, I am.
There was the Unicorn, and then Jimmy, in the later years, sang Wasn't That a Party? And we have always had good crowds for 25 years in our concerts, and still really basically doing the same routine. We're still the good old boys on stage. We are what you might think of as an Irish country and western punk band. And may you be half an hour in heaven before the devil knows you're dead. But you'll see green alligators and long-necked geese, some humpty-backed camels and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, as sure as you're born.